Hi lovelies! Welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today I am going to unstuff a very full Savings Challenge envelope, put them into my individual Savings Challenge envelopes, and update all of my Savings Challenges sheets. I haven't done this in about a month, so I try to build it up and then dump into all of my envelopes. If you're new here, please take a second, hit subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. My channel is all about my personal journey. It is about budgeting, monthly budgets, weekly budgets. It's about looking at my debt, how fast can I pay my debt down. It's about savings challenges. I do a little bit of investing and a little bit of dividend work as well. If any of that sounds of interest to you, please take a second, hit that subscribe button down below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back to spend a little bit more of your time with me. I appreciate it so much. All right, so let's get into this. So when I get paid, my husband gets paid when we have money, I put money into my little envelope and set it to the side. So when I get a good chunk of money, I can go ahead and stuff and update all of my sheets at once. So we're going to kind of reorganize, set things to the side to get them out of the way and get started. So the first one I'm going to start with is my nickel challenge. If you do the nickel challenge correctly, you're supposed to save 5 cents every day. Well, I don't follow the rules on any of these savings challenges, mostly because that doesn't work for my budget, and I have way too many of these. So for the nickel challenge, I have determined that this is going towards my emergency fund, and I just kind of stick some money in here and there off of most every paycheck into my emergency fund. So I have 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, $74. So I always have cash, but then I also put change in. Since it's supposed to be a nickel fund, I figured let's go ahead and just put all the change into it. I put my dimes, nickels, and pennies in, and I leave my quarters for other savings challenges. So I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much change is here, so let's count it out real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. All right, 35 cents. 5, 10, 15, oh, that's really loud. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 cents. Plus, and then let's see how much in dimes we have. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 cents. For a total of $75.55. So not bad, $1.55 and change. When I go shopping, I spend cash on fast food and sometimes groceries and sometimes a little here and there, and I collect all of my change with the intent of it going into my nickel challenge. So I, excuse me, have a combination of cute things that I have bought along the way and frugal things that I have from around the house. So this is a jug that I had gotten from Dollar Tree. Yeah, Dollar Tree, when everything was still $1. When I started this challenge, I decided to repurpose this jug with the intent that it would fit in all of my change when I made it to the challenge. I put a little label inside of it so I knew what it was for all of the time. And it just kind of comes and goes. All right, so let's stuff this into here. Now I have to tell you, this drives me crazy. I do just stick the cash right on in. This envelope I absolutely love. I got this envelope from the Budget Mom. It was one of the freebies that I found. I was able to print it off and, hold on, minus 1780. I go for the highest values. So I printed it off, cut it out, taped it together. I try to be as frugal as possible. Ink is something that I have because I don't mind spending my money on ink. Minus 1750, oh, 75. That leaves me, all right. So I do a combination of everything. Really, it's about what works for your budget. I had no desire to go into debt to get cutesy little envelopes. Minus 1770. Right? So because of that, I have not bought any envelopes other than, yes, I paid for ink to print all of my cute envelopes, But like these, I made these. There's a link down below on how I made these. It's just cardstock, and then I've even reused them because, well, I believe in being a little frugal here and there. I do from time to time splurge and get those extra cutesy things that I just feel I have to have. All right, so look at there. We just marked off 1, 2, 3, 4 of the high values. I love it when that happens. So the goal for the nickel challenge is to save $3,339.75, and you're supposed to save it in a year. I'm not going to be able to do that. $465. Just because I'm not putting everything into the nickel challenge the way I'm supposed to, but I am increasing how much is in here all of the time. It is growing, and that's what matters to me. All right, so that is my nickel challenge. Oh, I also believe too, I don't know if I said this, I believe too in saving for a purpose. So every one of my savings challenges has a special purpose, and my nickel challenge goes specifically for my emergency fund. And that's the whole reason I have it, is to save for that emergency fund. All right, let's put it at the back. Up next, I have a quarter challenge where every week you're supposed to save an extra quarter. So it starts with a quarter and then 50 cents and 75 cents. I, again, not doing this in order, and that's okay. So I've got $1, $2, $3, $4 and a quarter, and I think that's all I'll put in there. This is being saved for investing so that I have an extra basically $340 to put into investing. Now, I am investing in the meantime, so it is growing. This is just an extra fun way to save a little bit extra for investing when I get to it. All right, so it goes in a combination of places. Again, another Budget Mom envelope is where my cash goes. Stuff this in here and it's not wanting to go. There we go. Oops. And then I throw it at myself. Shame on me. All right, set that to the side. And then again, another Dollar Tree box when it was still $1. And then again, being that frugal, I have Ziploc baggies. Drop my change into my Ziploc baggies. Close it up. I've written on my Ziploc baggies as well so that I know exactly what they're for, so I can keep them straight. So I also have a 50-cent challenge, and that's will be the next one. And in doing so, again, most everybody has Ziploc baggies, so if you're just starting out and you want a cheap way to get started, guys, Ziploc baggies are absolutely amazing. All right, so $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8. Have I used the 8? No, I have not. Good. And just trying to save a little bit. If you are struggling to even save $10, start by saving $1 until you make it to that 10. But just getting money so that you can have an emergency fund really is the first goal, is what I would say. This is going towards debt pay down. If you don't have ink to be able to print envelopes, if you don't have funds to buy envelopes, even so, when I made mine, these cost me like $5 plus tape, scissors, oh, and markers, and that's really it. It cost me $5 for the cardstock that I bought. I was able to make like 100 of these little things, way more than I need. But when I first started out with savings challenges, I put everything into a Ziploc baggie because they fit perfect. So if you don't have money to start with any of that cool stuff, start somewhere, save up so that you can buy yourself those envelopes. I personally do not believe you should go in debt in order to get cute envelopes, but that's my personal feeling. But if you're having trouble even just having $20 at the end of the month, I suggest you start a savings challenge where it's save $1 here, save 50 cents there. It will add up. You just have to commit. Don't touch it. Let me put everything away real quick. All right, that's all in there. This goes into my debt pay down envelope. Right now, we are working on paying off what the RV is first priority. So we're going to keep working on that one. All right. Up next is my 52-week savings challenge where it's $1. It grows by $1 every week. Again, my budget doesn't fit that. Instead, and I have way too many savings challenges. Instead, I just kind of stash money to the side specifically for this challenge is for Christmas. Don't you just love this envelope? I love this envelope. Another freebie from the Budget Mom. I just kind of throw some extra in and with the intent of getting to $1,378. So I did a budget breakdown to see how much Christmas was going to cost me, and this is about what it cost me last year. So if I can save this amount, I am way ahead of the game. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 61. So that's more. So we'll go for 48 plus 2 is 50. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. Let me go color those two in. Again, trying to think of things that I don't want to go in debt for. So if you do any looking around on financial, and I don't want to say security, but being financially sound, Dave Ramsey is one of those, and he says that you need to have $1,000 in savings before you start to pay anything down. When I look and watch the Budget Mom, she says make sure that you budget things out so that you don't go into debt, because if the point is to get out of debt, then you need to make sure you budget money for the things that you know you're going to spend money on, and Christmas is one of those things I know I'm going to spend money on. So we've got that, and then we have 5, 10, 11, which I've already used, but I haven't used the 10, so we'll fill in 10 and leave $1 in the Christmas for the next time I do this. So just thinking, what are things that you're going to need money for? I've got a sinking fund that takes care of my tag renewal, so I don't have to worry about tag renewal when it comes due. So thinking of those things, and that's the whole purpose of this particular savings challenge, is to save up a little bit of money here and a little bit of money there so that I have Christmas money when it's time for Christmas. This envelope's getting a little full. I may have to start a second envelope soon. All right, let's stuff that in there. But really just not going into debt for things that I know I'm going to spend money on, and this is a priority. Out of all of my savings challenges, I have 2 that are priorities: Christmas and my 1 month ahead, which we'll get to in a minute. Up next is home improvement. These are just some cute letters that I found online. Let's see, I need $10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't have $10. I only have 9, so we won't stuff anything in here. But these are just some cute letters that I found online, rearranged them to make them say what I wanted to say them, and then printed the page. And this home improvement is exactly what it sounds like. We would like some new French doors, and this will only give me about $700. This is not a major priority, it's just something that we would like, so I figure a little here and a little there. Up next is the alphabet challenge. Oh, and this was my home improvement envelope. Again, another Budget Mom envelope. This is my alphabet challenge. This has kind of kicked up a notch. The intent for this is for my daughter's wedding, which she is not engaged yet. I started this beginning of the year with the intent of her and her boyfriend have been together for about 3 years, almost 4, and thinking that maybe we may have one in the future. Well, about 2 weeks ago, he showed me the ring. So this is starting to push forward. I need to really focus on this and moving with this one because, well, I'm gonna have a wedding. Again, he hasn't proposed yet, but he will. So excited. So I've got $30, and I had said each one of these was worth 5. So absolutely love him. They are in the process of putting together an Airbnb right now, so that, and I think once he has that done and has all of that stress off of him, I'm hoping that we will get an engagement announcement soon after they get all of the stuff with the Airbnb done. All right, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20. Absolutely, he is a joy. Loved having him. And now I just can't wait for them to get married. But again, my sweet pea is expensive, so that was the whole reason why I started this savings challenge, was so that when he did propose, we would have a jump start. So still have some time to go. This I think is absolutely adorable. Again, another Budget Mom envelope. But I started saving for this just a little bit at a time before I ever knew, because I knew, I didn't know. I hoped this was on the way, and now it is, yay! Okay, up next is my holiday challenge. This is, I change it every time I need to, every time a holiday passes. Like I did one for Valentine's Day, I did one for Easter, now I'm doing one for 4th of July. It's almost 4th of July now, so I have a feeling the next one that I'm going to focus on is Halloween, and I'll start that one after 4th of July. And I don't put a lot in, but I put a little bit in. I think it's fun to find a cute coloring sheet that I really like, and then go from there. So we've got $3. We'll start here. The intent for this is for us to buy some maybe glow sticks, some sparklers, some little things for my husband and my child to go out and do when it is on the 4th of July. We will have just finished up a vacation, won't have a lot of spare money left, so it's nice to know that I will have this ready to go. And even if I don't spend all of it, which I haven't spent any of all of it, so for Halloween or for Easter, like I didn't spend all of it and it just rolled over into July. So it's nice to know that I've got that little bit extra just for holidays. And then the last one, this is my, I'm absolutely in love with 1 month ahead. I currently have, before I started this, I had roughly $1,100 in my 1 month ahead, and then when we rolled into the new year, I decided I wanted to save $2,022 in 2022, and I just kind of randomly put a whole bunch of numbers on a sheet and started. So I have been coloring it in, finally feeling some success, some momentum, some moving in that right direction. I, again, being frugal, went to the Dollar Tree, didn't find any of those little envelope boxes that I see everybody having for their 100 envelope challenge. This isn't 100 envelopes anyways, it's only like 40 something, 50 something, I don't remember. And then so I went digging around the house and found a little Tupperware container that I have, and then instead of taking my cardstock and making a whole bunch of little envelopes to go with it, I'm gonna be honest guys, I got index cards and just folded them in half, and they fit beautifully inside of here. I'm gonna be honest, when I first started, I thought to myself, there's no way that this is gonna fill out. It was so loose inside of there, and as I fill in every week, I just think it's so cool to watch it grow. So I have a good chunk of money over here, 150, 170, 190, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 285, 290 that's going to be broken up inside of all of these. We are going to start with the 220s up top. So let me find some cute colors. But I am doing, I know you shouldn't change someone's program when it's working, but I had started this before I found Dave Ramsey's Baby Steps, which Baby Steps talk about having $1,000, and then that's step one. And then once you have that $1,000, then you need to pay down all of your debt as fast as you can. Well, I had started savings challenges first. I want to continue with my savings challenges and not give up on them. So I have decided to keep going with all of them once they all get fully funded. Debt pay down is my true goal. I want to be debt free. The goal is to be there in less than 5 years, sooner if possible. So saving this will help give me an extra buffer of $2,000 in case something happens before we get all of our debt paid down. So absolutely loving this system. Then we're going to do a 30. We'll go ahead and take care of the 30 and the 50. All right, I got a 30 and a 50. So I do have a little bit of a cheat sheet out to the side to help me make sure I don't miss anything. We'll go with orange again, but just trying to live a debt-free life and doing it little at a time. And this is going to help give me that buffer in case something happens and I'll have an extra $2,000. So loving this. I talked about this, so 30. I talked about this a little earlier, that if you can't save money, you struggle to save money, start somewhere. Start with a Ziploc baggie and start by saving $10. And once you have $10, then make it to $20 and then make it to $30. And if you need something to help keep you on track, guys, an index card, and just write down every time you put $1 in it. Or if you like stickers, put stickers on it for every dollar that you put into it, so that you can have some kind of a reward system for yourself. I'm going to do the 40 over here, 10, 20, 30, 40. And then I'm going to do the 75 over here. And then I'm going to jump down and do the 55 down there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go do the 40. So just finding something that works for you, that you'll be able to save, because guys, everybody can save money. I don't know about you, I personally have an addiction to Dunkin' Donuts frozen coffees. I absolutely love them, but you know what? When I am on a tight budget and I don't have that extra money to spend, I don't swing into Dunkin' and get a frozen coffee, because I know that it just is not in my budget. I have to make that choice, and I have to make the car not swing into there, but it's doable. That's $5 right there that I just saved by not going in to Dunkin'. All right, so that was 40. Now we're gonna jump over and do 75. Red looks like a good color, but just doing something. Watching these videos is fantastic, and I thank you so much. And if you haven't already, hit that thumbs up down below. But watching videos is great, but if you have no action, then guys, get to work. Do something. Start saving somehow. All right, so there's that 75. And last but not least, we're going to jump and do 55. I think yellow looks like a good color. Let me put some markers or pencils away. Right, and yellow, 55. This started in January of this year, and I have to tell you that I felt like I had no progress for a really, really long time. And now all of a sudden I look at this sheet and we are in June, the 6th month, halfway through the year, and I am over halfway through this sheet, and I am so thankful and in awe, but it's because I started. All right, so 55. Grab one more. And again, this little container is getting so full. I think it is just the funniest and the greatest thing ever, because I'm struggling to fit more in, and I just absolutely love that. And again, cheap around the house, something that I had, and index cards are cheap too, guys. So that is it for all of my savings challenges. The little bit of cash that's in here is just because I didn't have enough to meet whatever the goal was for the challenge that it was supposed to go into. So thank you so much for joining me today as I stuffed all of my envelopes a little bit fuller and filled out all of my savings challenge sheets. I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.